as Hivestorm launched with a new box set and new teams, new terrain, I decided that I already had enough city terrain. I already had a lot of this Command Edition terrain. I also thought that I didn't really need the two new teams. Although they look good, they didn't excite me that much, and I haven't even gotten around to finishing Vet Guard and Commandos from the previous launch, but that'll be another story. For the terrain, I'd already converted some of this old Verticus Command Edition terrain. Some bits are just built normally. Other bits have been made quite a lot differently, and there's videos covering these on the channel. Did have to make a few adjustments to some to make the strongholds viable, and I didn't really bother with the firing steps, because as you can see there's already firing steps on some of these smaller pieces. Then I made this board specifically for Vulcus, but inspired by Vulcus, but can be used for anything, I'm sure. Textured, there is a video showing the majority of how I made this, and talks about the fact that it's double-sided. Here is the other side, a lot greener for a different type of game. Here's the terrain down on the board. This is the first mission in the Hivestorm pack. Disable air defences, and so I'm using my little rocket pods as one objective there. You can see the other objective here. It all comes together really nice. So then I converted my old Scion kill team into the Tempestus Aquilons. Wasn't much of a convert really, but there's a few bits that needed to be done. The leader needed a weapons change. The precursor knife fighter needed making, as did the gunfighter. And then of course I already had some gunners and a bunch of troopers. If I want a marksman, which I have played once I think, but he could make a quite good marksman, but I think this is the one for the marksman. Okay, the only thing I had to make was the servitor droid, and I think that as a servo sentry, he's big. He is big, and he can see over things that the original would not be able to. But actually, the size of him, he can be shot from a mile away. The hotshot volley gun is obviously the go-to gun, I think, but I really like the flamer, and then there's a grenade launcher as well. And of course, magnetizing them just means they swap over really easy. I like the idea of the vespids. but instantly wanted flying Tyranids instead. I posted a video about this quite a while ago about how I converted these from gargoyles and gene stealers, and but I never showed them fully painted. So if you haven't seen them, here they are. So there's your leader. So he's got a warrior, Tyranid warrior head, so he's easily distinguishable. Then we got 4 troopers, the warriors. The long sting is quite easy to recognise because he's looking down his gun in a way that Tyranids probably wouldn't, but it looks good. The swarm guard with the flamer, that looks like a flamer. The sky blast with the great big grenade launcher, that's him. And the shade strain with the close combat weapons is depicted with these spine fists. Shade strain being camoed is also slightly darker than the others, so you can kind of tell them apart here. Maybe it doesn't really show under the lights, but he's a bit different. And then the drone, the oversight drone, is this brain bug type thing. Now I do go into it in the video about how some of these how well the vespid rules fit Tyranids, but yeah, they look really good. I'm really happy with them. So all I needed to buy, apart from a couple of weapons, was the books. So actually I'm all in on the new edition and Hivestorm itself. With the teams to play, it's been pretty labour intensive, but actually it's been pretty cheap money wise. So the only thing I've actually had to make the purchase of is the stockades for the brutal and cunning box. Doesn't quite butt up to the pillars properly, but I think it does a pretty good job. I'm happy with how it looks.